Hi guys, so today I'm going to try out these dies I had picked up recently, these Hunky Dory dies. This one's called Wise and Beautiful, Wild and Free. It's from that collection, I guess, Wild and Free. This is from Blossoming Lace. Thanks for being you. So if these are still available anywhere that I have affiliate links with, they'll be listed in the description box, and those will be, again, affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So the reason I want to try this out today is because I have some of these in my stash already. I'm not sure exactly where, but I will put them all together when they, find them. Because I might have gotten them maybe on clearance or something, I don't know. But the thing is, at the time, because they have lots of different ones that are this like 5-inch square die set with an inlay and then like a sentiment, and this one has again the 5-inch square die, the inlay, and then like a sentiment, a little bit different. Sometimes they're all circular so you can mix and match them, sometimes they're like a square. I think when I first had gotten the first one, I wasn't aware that they had a stamp that goes with it, or sometimes you'll see it listed and it'll have like a little image in the corner and it says works with, whatever, and you might assume it comes with it, but it doesn't. It's just the die. So you're supposed to find the other stamp set and then use them together. Truth be told, I do have some of these other ones coming in because I really like this die here, this one with the little owl. So I picked up some more from this Wise and Beautiful set, or collection. I see the little owl there. And I did pick up the stamp that goes along with those, and I think this one too. So I'll do that later. So there's a stamp, and then you can cut it, and then obviously the lines will be there. Or you can just have it with this texture, and you can see, kind of see what's going on there. It's just something pretty. So, and then there's also paper pads. So that's the other thing. It's kind of like the decoupage that, Hunky Dory does, but that Crafters Companion does. We have the die and the stamp, and then you have the paper pad that you can just use the die on. And of course, once those are used up, they're used up. So I thought today what I'll do is show you some ways to use these without any of those things, because I don't have my stamps in yet, and maybe you picked one up and didn't realize that it actually goes with some other stuff. It looks just like a plate die, doesn't it? So it is a 5-inch square die. So I think I'm going to make my card bases 5 1/4 inch. Now you can do 5 inches, it'll be right on. Well, maybe for this one I'll do the 5-inch, because I brought out this paper pack that I just recently picked up. It's the Moonlit Moments double-sided pattern papers, and they aren't like super thick, and they're very reflective. And I thought this would be fun to do like the background paper and then put this pretty lace piece on top. And then we'll just have this center, we'll cut this out of something nice. Now, as I was looking at that, I wasn't sure what paper, because it has to work, right? The paper has to, like this one will work too, with that whole center area, but I don't want it too busy. I really want to use this paper, but again, it might be too busy with this. Actually, maybe, that one's really pretty, especially because it's light in the center. But then like this one will work perfectly, right? So it just kind of fades into the background, but there's still prettiness in there. But see, maybe that one's too basic. I don't know. I mean, a lot of these would work out. And I'm talking about the background, so we're going to cut the die from something else, but look at this one. I think if we use this one, a lot of it's going to be covered. You probably wouldn't even see this little guy. Actually, let's see. Oh, I like how it has a seal there. It's like, oh, if the seal's broken, someone touch it. Or something, I don't know. You might have an idea of, what I'm saying, if this was here, but then our words are going to be on here, possibly. You don't have to use this. I can use that Be Wild and Free and still have something. Oh my gosh. Because really it should be here, but if you center it this way, I don't think it matters much. I don't know. Yeah, so cute. I think a lot of that will end up being covered up. So, anyway, let me look and see which one I think I want to work with. I feel like if this is on top of this, that makes the most sense, right? But there's not too much going on with that one. Where was the other one I was thinking of, the flowers? Like this guy. We can try it. Let's try this one. Okay, so for this one, like I said, I'm going to make a 5-inch square blank. I might already have one, but if not, 5 by 10, scored at 5 inches, so that it'll just be exactly the same when I cut this guy. And on this one, I'm going to do a 5 1/4 inch square blank, so I need 5 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 5 1/4, so it's a 5 1/4 inch square when you fold it over, okay? And I'll be right back. So let's start with this guy. And Again, it's 5 1/4 by 10 1/2. So I'm going to get this and just butt it up to the end here and score at 5 1/4. This is some super thick, the extra heavyweight Hobby Lobby paper. And so that's going to be my card base for that. And all I'm going to do is just cut our pretty die out of white paper, so it's white on white. Okay, and this other one, for the colorful, or more colorful one, this is 5 by 10. I'm just going to score it at 5 inches. If you want to make a 6-inch one, of course, that's another standard size, or a standard size, because 5 1/4 really isn't, but it's whatever you want, of course. And that's all I need for now. Okay, so this will be ready. I'm going to put this to the side for a moment so I don't get my paper stuck down. This guy, all we're going to do is all white on white. I think even the Be Wild and Free, which is kind of interesting because, you know, Be Wild and Free, you think it'd be like super colorful. I probably should switch my stuff out, but I'm not going to. So I am going to use this die. Just perfectly square. I was even thinking about pairing them up with maybe my Anna Griffin square dies to like a background piece. That'd be nice. Okay. So of course I generally cut down my paper and then I'll run it through. Again, these are 5-inch squares, so whatever machine you have that can accommodate a 5-inch square, you are good to go. I have not thought about what color I want to use with my other card. I don't know if it should be like white on white or if it should just be, I don't know. And I guess I'll just run this through too. I was gonna say I can put this on another piece of paper, like a scrap piece, but for now I can put on here. Oh, and you can also color this, you know, if you wanted to. Color each little section or whatever. I'm just gonna trim this down and run that through. And I don't believe this has any embossing, it's just what it is, so I'll just leave it at that. And I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. I was like, oh, that's not cutting well, and that's in that area. It's not supposed to, because it doesn't cut all the way. You know what I'm saying? These are supposed to be attached there, and I was like, oh, what a bummer. But no, it's fine. So I'm just going to clean out these pieces, because this is just embossed, obviously, or cut into it. It's not embossed. It's cut into it, but not completely. That's too funny. I was like, oh no. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, I'll clean this out. I'll be right back. Okay. So let me make sure this is the right one. Yep, I think everything's popped out. It's just going to be white on white, you guys. So again, if you want, you can come in with markers and color like the little flowers or like the little bird. Again, if you had the stamp, you would stamp it and then put this on top. I mean, there are some petals that can stick out completely if you want them to, like to have a little dimension. So maybe I'll take a moment to do that. Just pop some of these up. But I'll probably do that as I put the glue on the back. Oh, see, there's another thing that needs to pop out now. So I was looking for him, like, is everything popped out? So I'll take a moment to really look at that because I can see there's some pieces in here that was supposed to have popped out. Just make it look a little more gossamer, a little more awesome. Is there anything here? Am I missing anything? No, that all looks pretty good. Again, you can pop some of these guys up for texture. So I'm just going to glue this down completely. Right. Let's see if there's any texture there. Okay. And if I can get this glue going, again, just gluing it down right center here, so I'm not doing anything special. Now, honestly, actually, we could pop it up. It's pretty thick. Actually, you can shaker this pretty well. It has a really nice edge to it. Also, if you wanted to shaker it and you wanted bigger edges, don't use the outer die. Just cut it down yourself after you've done the die thing. You know, just trim it down with your paper trimmer, and you can have as big an edge as you like. But for right now, I'm just keeping it super simple. But that would be a very good way to dress it up if that's what you wanted. And I'm not putting too much glue everywhere. I'm just putting it in little edges. Okay, and I will hold that down, and I will be right back. Okay, and then I have my little sentiment. Again, ink it up, you know. Cut it from colored paper. I just want to keep everything white on this one, so I probably should have cleaned this out, but okay, I'm going to clean that out and just put some glue on the back of it, and I'm going to glue that right in there, and I'll be right back. Okay, just put it down. I like the sentiment though, it's really nice for other things. But there is just really simple white on white. I know it's hard to see what's going on with my camera. Sorry guys. But it looks really cool. It looks just really textured and pretty. Alright, so that is one simple card, right? One way to do it. Of course you can use any color. I go white on white, but I've done peach on peach, coral coral, you know, pink pink, whatever. Always looks really pretty. Okay, for this one, again, I'm not 100% sure where it is. Well, let me grab my dies. Let me put this one away, and I will grab some paper also in the meantime. I think for this one... Oh. That is the dice set I needed. I'm like, oh, that's not the dice set, because I forgot I had taken it off of here to begin with. So if we use this paper, we're going to try to go for it and see if it's not too busy, right? And I think I'm going to use the die to cut that down. Of course, I can just trim it down 5 by 5, but it's easier if I just look through this and center it where I want it, right? Tape that down, run it through. And then I have this pretty Crafters Companion matte metallic and purple, and I thought that might be nice. Actually, not for this part. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and cut the little frame out of white just so it's nice and stark and really pops, I hope, with that background, because I figured if I went with the dark color and then that, it might just look like too much. I don't know. And then I'll do the thanks for being you out of the purple. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to take a moment to clean everything out. For that. I do have a lot of adorable Scorable that I probably could find that is exact the same colors as what's going on here. But I just picked out papers that were already in my stash. So I have that one, and then I'll clean this guy out too. He's got a lot going on. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got all the little pieces out. It's really pretty, again, just by itself. And then this one also has lots of little areas you can kind of poke up if you would like to. And here's our little flower. So I'm just going to glue those together again. I made them so that they're the same size and they're going to take up the whole front. You know what, let me see. Where's my little... That was there, and this is up a little bit higher. Let's do it that way. Let's do that just to have something different. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this down straight to the front. And again, your little flowers can go however you like. I think this way is good. And this one is kind of like a... The best thing I can compare it to is like wrapping paper. So, you know, this is probably not the best glue. And I've noticed with the Hunky Dory, they use a lot of fingerless tape, they call it, but it's basically tape with the backing on it. Not really tape runners. And then something they call construction glue that looks a lot like Zig to me, like where it's kind of sticky and like clear and kind of weird. Anyway, I'm going to put a ton of dimensionals on the back of this. And I'll be right back. What I'm going to do, I have this set of foam stickers from Diamond Press, and I'm just going to cut into this stuff, because I do have 1/4 inch foam, but this is a little bit smaller than 1/4 inch, so I'm just going to cut this, and I'll cut this one too right here, and here, and even this side piece, and I'll keep using it that way. Check it out. So, I'll just put that on here. And again, if I'm taking the time to do this, I might as well have made a shaker, huh? But that's okay. So anyway, if you were going to make a shaker, you do the exact same thing. Just cut yourself a piece of acetate, either cut it 5 inch square, or use the die, and then you line it out. But when you line it out, make sure to match up every little gap. Like if I leave a gap here, you always want to make sure that your foam is touching the next piece of foam. Okay, you can't just leave an opening like I did here, because then obviously your glitter is going to fall out. So you have your acetate, you glue it to this portion, put your foam down, put your glitter, and then put this on top. Okay, but I'll be right back. Just taking the little carriers off. Of course, now I'm kicking myself. I'm like, I should have just made it a shaker. But you can imagine. Okay, and you know what? I think I'm going to do it this way. Even though I arranged my flowers. That part doesn't really matter, to be honest. Well, it has to go this way, right? Or this way. We're going to open it in a fun way. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to look at this closer to me, guys. Sorry. Just to make sure I'm on the right track over here. I might be a little bit off, but that's okay. Okay. I might trim this edge just a little bit. And then we have this guy. And I think I'm going to put glue all over my hand. You could have definitely stuck this down first. I just wanted to know where it was going to be centered. And so you could always do that and then eyeball that. So I'll hold that down, and that's it. I mean, you can put some little pearls. I think that'd be really cute. Some little things sparkly. I was just making very simple cards. So we have that pretty paper peeking out from behind there. So we have that one, and then this one that's just white on white. So if you ever have a die like this, or even those decoupage dies or something like that, where you can kind of play with them in this way without the other extra things that are needed to make them work, those are just some ideas. Alright guys, I'll have links to whatever's available, whatever's pertinent, and I will have some images coming up, and I will see you guys at the next one. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye now.